I'm so happy to share my experience here as I've been working here over a month in this artist residency organized by Les Ateliers in Marne in France. And this has been a great journey for me, and I think I might find a new avenue from my urbanization work to address this nature in a different way. That's some architectural details from Toronto.
Yes, I can see the architectural.
Yeah, I am fascinated.
Yeah, that's. I can see your references here with the architecture. So this is an interesting plan too. You can see
Yeah.
something very interesting here. Here you have a work in progress as well, I suppose. Maybe from a church or
Yes.
yes, and some text, but I can't. They're like a little bit. Okay, I think it's running. Subrata,
Hello.
you are in Marne-sur-Seine now and in your studio. And well, I'll start with a very basic question to you. What drew you to be an artist to start with?
Well, it's actually it's a normal question, also very tough to answer. But well, since my growing up in the childhood, I used to paint, and then well, my family members and everybody they supported, they encouraged me, despite the fact that I'm a student in science, but everyone thought that I have something to do in art, and I continued, and now I've been doing it. So it's interesting for me, particularly one thing I can tell you that I find a very interesting bridging and linkage with any other subject with art. And to me, that art should be treated as a very scientific way of looking at things. So this is a kind of a mission.
Okay, that is a good answer. Thank you. Otherwise, I wonder, you have made several residencies so far, and how does the residency here in Marne stand out for you? Is it different from the previous ones? Or?
Yeah, I think so. It's very different because even in France, whatever my experience is, mostly in city side or the sea coast in the southern part. But this area is very ancient and with its landscape and its cultural values. I think it's very interesting to know. And France, after all, is based in an agricultural society. You see that agricultural values are a lot immense if you compare with any other countries in Europe. So that India. So much in agriculture, but of course there are some differences. So it's very interesting to see the farming land here and how it works in India. It's a new experience for me. The whole treatment towards the farming land and how they're attached, they're connected with their past. That is what I've been working on.
Great. When you come to a residency, do you have some ideas in mind, or do you let the location sort of dictate what happens?
I am, yeah, a little bit. I mean, somewhere attached with little French cultural part, and as I'm interested in working on poetry and translation and all that. So I found what my mindset was a kind of a very lyrical and very poetic and artistic background from France. So that was kind of back of my mind. So which would be different, definitely, which stands out uniquely for any comparatively any other places. So that was my mindset, and to discover the place where I had never been to, this kind of village. And these places also I discovered that when in the World War German invasion happened, they actually came through this, they filtered through this area where we are staying here. So it's very interesting past the history. So discovering that, to know even the meeting the local people, to know many their views also very different. So it's very interesting. So I think from there the French cultural thing was in the back of my mind, and I came with that and explored.
Right. Perhaps you were going to explain some of your work. I know some of them are in progress at the moment, but if you want to explain some of them to the audience.
Yeah, since at this moment I found that this has got an abundance of nature all over. So this landscape, the paysage, actually is very haunting. So initially 1 week I was like very confused to think about anything, what to do with the art, because it's so overwhelming all over. Then I gradually got into that, and I found that there is from ancient time a kind of musical journey there, and musical in a broader sense, philosophical sense, not exactly the music, but that lyrical quality in art, in your living, your literature, and everywhere. So how that has been inspiring source for Jimen. Even the place we are here close by, there is a house where Mr. Flaubert used to come, and his sculpture is there in the past. So and he wrote a very important novel here, and he always said that is the most inspirational sources in Marne and in Nogent particularly. And when I traveled Troyes and everywhere, like close by the little town, so full of history and the old churches, and they have that 15th century, 16th century sculptures and the painting. So these are really, really inspiring and a new experience for me. So this is how things are coming in my work. The wood is a very important factor here. If you see from houses and how people in the farming, they're collecting woods. So I made few boxes out of wood. It's very not very strong the boxes I made. And then from vegetation over here, the little plants, flowers, all these things, how they're existing, that they're sharing dialects. That was interesting part for me, and they're coming and standing as almost like a musical notes.
Okay, very interesting. I guess you answered partly the question that I will ask now. You have referred to various texts in your work. How does text eventually play a part in your work?
Yeah, it's actually over here I've been using texts, and I thought that I should get some layers from the local newspaper magazines so that you can actually touch their normal life and what's happening there. So I'm more interested into that, using the text as a living being. So it's going as a screen. But then when I try to make a melange with the images, sometimes they get dissolved, sometimes they get pop up. So it depends. So to my experience, my idea that throughout the text, my intention is not going to give that textual message only to the viewers, but through the text, whatever the words have survived amongst the layer, through that and the visual, spectator might want to or interested to make a bridge between. So the few words can come as a kind of coinage, and they start thinking of what is the relation with that image. So that's the way I want to engage the viewers to the work. This is one